Well, what I know so far is this morning at about 11 o'clock, 911 received a phone call from an individual that had been flagged down by a group of divers, and they reported that there had been 4 divers out scuba diving, and one of the group of 4 had some sort of difficulties and failed to surface and was not able to be located by the group that he had been with. So police responded, our harbor unit responded, and the Coast Guard responded and conducted an extensive search using a number of divers. We're not able to locate the individual for some time. There were also quite a few civilian divers that once they were aware of what was going on, these are all that I met were all experienced divers. They went out and assisted with the search, and a couple of those divers actually located what they believe is the victim diver below the surface. So right now, the Seattle Police Harbor Unit, the Fire Department, and the Coast Guard are involved in operation to dive and locate and recover what in all likelihood is the victim diver.
Were police units still looking for the victim diver at that time, or had they called off their search because of darkness?
I'm not sure about that. When the civilian, if you're asking at the time the civilian divers located the possible victim, I don't know if our harbor or fire or Coast Guard were actively searching at that time. I know that it was probably dark or close to dark.
One of the divers has been sent to Virginia Mason. Was that one of your divers, fire divers, or a civilian diver that you're aware of?
To my knowledge, it's a civilian diver.
So it's one of the general search parties.
Yes.
Can you talk about the extent of injury?
No, I don't have any diagnosis or what the injuries were.
I noticed some no diving signs around the pier. Does it sound like they were diving in an area marked no diving, or did maybe some currents move the body over this way?
To my knowledge, they were diving out in the same general location. So if there's any prohibitions on or restrictions on where they can dive, I'm not exactly sure where that is.
So if the body's been located, do we have a timeline of how long it's going to take to bring the body up and
we have Seattle Police divers that are en route now, if they're not already here recently, and so there's no timeline. It's a matter of them to gear up and pair up and go safely conduct their dive.